Well, good morning once again. Welcome to McBride Stadium in Richmond as we bring you high school baseball on this Saturday afternoon. Doubleheader as the Red Devils will be hosting the Trojans of Newcastle High School. Turns out it's going to be a pretty nice day today. In fact, temperatures will get into the 80-degree mark. Had some light rain earlier. Could be a factor here in the early portion of game number one. But that rain shower only lasted maybe 10 minutes, and we're ready to play here this morning and this afternoon. Trojans coming in at 6-3 on the season. The Red Devils even their record at 4-4 the last time out right here at McBride Stadium when they knocked off Muncie Central by a final of 12-1 in a game that lasted only 5 innings. The Red Devils wrapping out 13 hits to go along with those 12 runs. Austin Turner had a big night with 3 base hits. Philip Hobbs helping his cause on the mound. He went 3 for 3 on the afternoon, 2 doubles, drove in a couple of runs, scored 3 times as the Red Devils again improved to 4-4 on the season. We will come back in a moment. We'll talk about this Trojan baseball team in just a moment. Stay right there. This is Richmond Baseball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hi, this is Troy Darengowski of Radio Troy Digital Sports. There are plenty of places for me to get lunch or dinner, but there's only one Mancino's. In fact, I was just there for lunch the other day and had a delicious pizza grinder. That's just one of many choices I can get at Mancino's. How about a fresh salad? Several varieties of pasta, Mancino's Lights, or perhaps even an oven-baked spaghetti, or maybe a pepperoni pizza. So when you're looking for a great lunch or dinner, make sure you choose Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So of course I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one could be
We're back once again here at McBride Stadium as we get set for today's non-conference matchup between Richmond and Newcastle. We mentioned moments ago that the Trojans coming in at 6-3 on the year. It has been pitching that has been the key for the Trojans so far in their first 9 games of the year, and they're led by some pretty good arms, including David Bennett, 3-0 on the year with an ERA of 0.88, and Garrett Welch, who we'll see today, is 2-0 with an ERA of 1.45, 15 strikeouts and 5 walks so far on their season. Their team ERA at 1.54, and teams are only hitting 165 so far against the Trojans this season. So the Red Devils undoubtedly will have to get some runs on the board. Should be a great pitching matchup. It'll be Philip Hobbs going for the Red Devils today, Garrett Welch for Newcastle. We will come back as we continue right here on the pregame show. We'll get a chance to talk about this Red Devil baseball team as well, coming off that nice win over Muncie Central just a couple of days ago, in which Philip Hobbs and the Red Devils pretty much dominated that game from the very beginning after losing the previous night to the Bearcats in Muncie by a final of 10-5. Stay right there. This is high school baseball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time. Which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all handpicked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at tonyscarsales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars.
Back once again, McBride Stadium, sunshine. It should be a beautiful day for high school baseball here today. Let's go ahead and give you the lineup. First off, for the Trojans of Newcastle, Garrett Welch will lead things off. He'll be pitching this afternoon. Hitting second, Jared Hurd. He'll be in center field. The third hitter in the lineup, usually the best hitter. We'll keep an eye on Caleb Matthews. He'll get the start at shortstop. The cleanup hitter in right field is Mason Gillis. Hitting fifth, in playing second base, Jansen Anderson. Hitting sixth, the DH, David Bennett. Batting seventh and playing first base is Bryce Pinkard. Hitting eighth, the third baseman, Nathan Hacker. And hitting ninth and catching is Tyler Howlett. Again, for the Trojans in Game 1, it'll be Welch, Hurd, Matthews, Gillis, along with Anderson, Bennett, Pinkard, Hacker, and Howlett. Brad King, the head coach for the Trojans, and he's done an excellent job of that program since taking over a few years ago, and he'll be in fact, there'll be a team to watch as the season continues to go, especially with the pitching they have so far this year. For the Red Devils, Austin Turner back at the top of the order. The all-NCC shortstop gets the start today and will always get that start at shortstop, perhaps one of the better defensive shortstops in NCC play this year. In fact, he was an outstanding shortstop last year in his junior season. Darius Clemens will bat second. He'll be at first base. Thomas Stanley, the veteran, back in center field. He'll be batting third. Tyler Stanley back at third base. Once again, he's the cleanup hitter. Hitting in the number 5 hole, Philip Hobbs, who's the pitcher today. And, of course, Philip's coming off that 3-hit, 2-double attack, drove in a couple of runs against the Bearcats on Wednesday. Logan Mayer, a name we haven't heard so far this year. He is back. He will be in right field for the first time today. Parker Smith will be batting in the number 7 hole. He'll be at second base. Mikey Vance will be hitting in the number 8 hole today. He had been moved down in the lineup, and one reason why, a little bit too many strikeouts so far in his at-bats. They'll give him a chance to maybe relax a little bit in the number 8 hole here this afternoon in game number 1. He'll get the start in left field. And then in the 9 hole today will be Mason Brewer. Brewer will DH for the catcher Hall here in game number 1. So again, for the Red Devils, it's Turner, Clemens, Stanley, Tyler Stanley, Hobbs, Mayer, along with Smith, Vance, and Brewer. So there are your lineups here this afternoon for both the Trojans and the Red Devils. Richmond trying to win their 5th of the season. Newcastle looking for win number 7. We'll have the starting of this one in just about, I would imagine, within 5 to 7 minutes as the two coaches now meeting at home plate. We'll get the lineups going in a couple of moments, and then we'll get this one started on a beautiful day here at McBride Stadium. Once again, this is Richmond Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
The Sports Game Changer is now in Richmond. This is Troy Darengowski. If you want sports coverage you can count on, look to RadioTroy.com. We'll have everything from the Red Devils to the Pacers and Colts, and don't forget IU and Purdue. Also check out our play-by-play coverage of high school and college athletics and the daily sports page. We are the Game Changer. Radio Troy Digital Sports and RadioTroy.com.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
It takes a lot of pieces working together to run a successful business in today's world. One big piece is your connectivity, powered by your internet. For local businesses in Richmond, you have options for who provides your internet. When deciding who to go with, you need to look at Parallax Systems, fiber optic packaging for your benefit. Speed, reliability, and local service, you get it all with Parallax Systems, a division of RP&L. Visit online at parallax.ws or call 962-3770.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
We're back once again here at McBride Stadium as Philip Hobbs will get his warm-up tosses in. He got the win the other night against Muncie Central. He shut them down. They only got the one run in the second inning, and that was about it. They really just didn't have – they were off balance all day long and had no way to figure out what Philip was going to throw. We talked to Philip after the game, and the one thing he said was he was staying ahead of the hitters, getting ahead in that first strike count, and then working himself from there, and that's exactly what he did. He only gave up 3 hits through the 5 innings and the 1 run, so he comes in this one at 3-0 on the year, and again, we should see a good pitching matchup here today if the numbers hold up. He is 3-0 with an ERA of 0.45, 17 strikeouts, and just 5 walks on the season coming into this one here this afternoon. I will be curious to see from a strategy standpoint what both these teams will try to do to get that run, because it may be a very run premium type game where there's just not going to be a whole lot of scoring opportunities if the pitching holds up here this afternoon. Well, Garrett Welch will lead things off. Welch at 346 on the season. 3 stolen bases. We'll call the action down the lines. You can have the view between first and third, and then, of course, out toward right field and left field. We'll again call the action down the lines here this afternoon in both of these contests. So here we go as our first game set to start. And Philip Hobbs ready to go as well, and the right-hander eyeing his catcher. Again, Hall back behind the plate, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, and we are underway here at McBride Stadium. We'll set the defense for you for the Red Devils coming up in just a couple of moments. Hobbs gets the sign. There's that high leg kick and the pitch and a breaking ball. This one's hit into the gap in right center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. It's going to be extra bases. Mayer able to cut it off, and hitting to second with a stand-up double is Garrett Welch, and a good start for the Trojans here this morning in game number 1 as they have a man on here in the top half of inning number 1. And here's Jared Hurd. Jared coming into this one here this afternoon, hitting at 158, a couple of runs driven in and 2 stolen bases. He will provide a left-handed bat here for the Trojans as Hobbs comes to the stretch and a check swing, and he'll go around, and Hurd down in the count, no balls and a strike. Here at McBride Stadium, 323 down the left field line, 375 in left center, 402 in dead center. It is 350 in right center, 311 down the right field line. The stretch and the pitch in there for strike 2. Caleb Matthews on deck. He might be their best hitter. Not only from a average standpoint, the guy can drive in runs. He has a little bit of power. This one has popped up. High fly ball left field. Vance near the line. Vance will make the catch. And there is one away. Defensively for the Red Devils, Hall behind the plate. Clemens is at first base. Smith at second. Turner at short. Tyler Stanley at third with Vance, Thomas Stanley, and Mayer from left to right in the Red Devil outfield. So here's Caleb Matthews, 375 on the year, has a home run. He's driven in 9. As Hobbs checks the runner at second, and the pitch is on the way. Check swing. And Matthews behind in the count, no balls and a strike. So for the third straight hitter at the top of the order, Hobbs able to get ahead in the count at 0-1. Hobbs again will check the runner at second. The pitch on the way, a high fastball. And the first ball of the day thrown now by Phillip Hobbs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Very light breeze blowing from home plate to center field, but it's a beautiful day, about as perfect as you can get. That breaking pitch will get by Hall. And advancing on to third will be Welch, and I would imagine that was a ball that Hall should have caught right there. So depending on how they'll score that one, it could be a passed ball, 2 balls and a strike. Either way, the Trojans now have a runner at third with 1 away here in the top of the first inning, and Newcastle trying to get on the board first. And this is your RBI guy right here, 9 runs driven in. As Matthews steps back in, swing and a miss, and a big cut that time by Matthews. Neither team can hit with a ton of power. In fact, this is a Newcastle team with a couple of home runs. The Red Devils are not made as a home run hitting team. And that pitch is low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Red Devils are a base-to-base, pretty much built that way from base to base, though they did get a few extra base hits in the game the other night against Muncie Central. Hobbs again will work into the stretch, a check the runner at third, and the pitch is on the way. Got him swinging a pitch in the dirt. Hall will check the runner at third, throw to first base, and on the relay, let's see if they're going to say that both runners, in fact, they'll say no, he is out at first base, but Welch will score the game's first run. And the Red Devils will have 2 outs here in the first inning, but again, the Trojans get on the board first and lead this one 1-0. That'll be a strikeout throw. Clemens on the transition dropped the baseball. Of course, that was a nice jump down at third by Welch. He read that well. Here's Mason Gillis. Gillis at 207. He has driven in 8 runs on the year, but has a team-high 10 strikeouts. And Hobbs' first pitch is a breaking ball, and that gets away from Hall. 1 ball and no strikes. So Newcastle scores first. As Hobbs sent to throw and the pitch. Breaking ball low. We have seen that ball in the dirt. In fact, it was Matthews that swung at a pitch. He knew he swung at a pitch that was out of the strike zone and made a huge mistake that got him down in the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hobbs' next pitch on the way came inside, a swing and a miss by Gillis. And the count now 2 balls and a strike. Red Devil outfield straight away. Gillis back in. He is the cleanup hitter. Hobbs set to throw, and the pitch is a high fastball. That one had a little bit of movement as well as that one rode inside. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch on the way, grounded foul, third base side. That ball riding in on the hands of Gillis. So full count to Gillis at 3-2. One thing about Hobbs, he's a pretty quick worker. He gets the sign and is set to throw once again. And that pitch bouncing in the dirt, and that'll be a walk. So now the Trojans have a man on with 2 away, and that'll bring up Jansen Anderson.
Next, number 6, Jansen Anderson.
Anderson at 125. He has a home run. He's driven in 2. So Hobbs getting a test early in this one in game number 1. Here's the stretch and the pitch, and this one's popped up to the right side. The catcher Hall giving it a look, and he'll run out of real estate, as that will fall into the stands to our right. No balls and a strike. Trojans as a team only hitting at .249. They're averaging about 5 runs per game. 18 stolen bases coming into this one here this morning. Short lead at first now by Gillis. Here's the stretch and the pitch, and a breaking ball hit to the right side. Second baseman Smith will throw to first, and that will do it for the Trojans here in the top of inning number 1, but Newcastle gets on the board first on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Newcastle 1, Richmond coming to bat. This is Richmond Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power and Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power and Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power and Light. Together, we make powerful partners. Summit Computers in Richmond is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware, service, support, and design services. They also provide web hosting, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and much, much more. Summit Computers, the official provider of RadioTroy.com.
A reminder, today's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on that transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. You can give him a call for more information at 969-3400. Well, the right-hander going now for the Trojans, Garrett Welch, 2-0. With an ERA of 1.45, 15 strikeouts, and 5 walks. So far on the season, he'll be facing Turner, Clemens, and Thomas Stanley at the top of the order now for Richmond. Boy, what a year that Austin Turner is having already. Turner hitting on the season, .423, no home runs, 6 runs driven in. And he's back in that leadoff spot once again in that first pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Red Devils now hitting .349 as a team. The pitch on the way, grounded hard. That'll take the McBride hop into left field. And that took a nice big hop off that turf. And the Red Devils have a man on. And how about Turner? He continues to hit well. That's now 4 hits in his last 2 games. And that'll bring up Darius Clemens. Clemens at .248. Take that back, .348. No home runs and 7 runs driven in. Way for the Red Devils, they're not a big running baseball team as we'd mentioned, but Turner will run at times. And you have a left-handed hitter at the plate. Turner has 3 stolen bases. The stretch by Welch at the feet of Clemens. 1 ball, no strikes. Defensively, Howlett behind the plate, Pinkert at first, Anderson at second, Matthews at short, Hacker down at third. Bryce Huntley is in left field, Hurd in center, and Gillis in right. The stretch by Welch and the pitch, swing and a miss. Count is now even to Darius Clemens taking over at first base. Red Devils not a deep baseball team from the varsity standpoint. Looking to add some depth at some point throughout the year before they get to tournament time. The pitch on the way, hit to center field. That's a base hit. And that takes a McBride hop, gets by the center fielder Hurd, and that's going to score Turner. Turner heading to the plate. Standing at second base will be Clemens with an RBI double. Well, I tell you what, you got to feel really bad for the center fielder Hurd. He had a beat on that one, and it took a hop in the outfield. And we talked about this year the condition of this field, and that gives you a pretty good idea right there just where it is. That took a terrible hop. Here's Thomas Stanley. So Clemens will get credit for a run driven in. And both starting pitchers already giving up a run in the first inning. The pitch on the way in there for a strike. Thomas laying off that one at the very last moment. Thomas, another veteran on this team, .320 on the year. He has driven in 9. The stretch and the pitch on the way is outside. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. A little shift in the outfield as Hurd now shaded toward right field for the left-handed hitting Thomas Stanley. First baseman Pinkard coming in as well. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Oh, we've talked about the condition of the infield, and McBride has always had the reputation of having some bad hops, but we don't see it very often in the outfield, like what happened to Hurd. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low and inside, 3 balls and a strike. In fact, that is kind of a rarity that you'll see that bad of a hop in center, and there was nothing Hurd was going to do. But the Red Devils able to tie this ball game now in the bottom of the first inning. 3 balls and a strike to Thomas Stanley. Here's the pitch, and this one is going to be hit down the left field line, but foul. Full count now to Stanley. Once again, Welch looking into Howlett. The stretch as he checks the runner at second. The pitch on the way, and got him swinging. Nice pitch that time by Welch. And there's one away, and that'll bring up Tyler Stanley.
Next up, number 16, Tyler Stanley.
Tyler, 368 on the year, no home runs. He has driven in 4. Red Devils have the go-ahead run down at second base as, again, Welch ready to throw, and his first pitch is up high, ball 1. Hurd again will play this one straight away for Tyler Stanley. The stretch by Welch. And the pitch. And it's low for a ball, 2-0. We have a running team. We talk about this when we do Earlham baseball, and Quakers really like to run. They have stolen, again, a ton of bases this year as they played Defiance in a doubleheader this afternoon. As that pitch coming inside nearly gets Tyler. Is when you have a team that can run and put a lot of pressure on that pitcher to decide, do I concentrate on the base runner or do I try to concentrate more on the hitter? And you'll find that most of the time you can really get these guys shook up a little bit because they're splitting their concentration between that base runner and the hitter. Right now, I don't think that for Welch that should be much of a problem. There's a strike. Clemens not known as a stolen base threat, and he's not going anywhere at this stage of the ball game against the right-hander Welch. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. That's a nice pitch right there by Welch. And after falling down, 3 balls, no strikes, he battles back. And that's why he's been as good as he has been so far this year. Here's the stretch. And the payoff pitch on the way. And got him. Well, that's a heck of a pitch again by Welch. And that shows you how good he is. When you can come back You're down 3-0, and you come back and strike at a hitter on 3 straight pitches
Up next, number 21.
in the number 4 hole. Here's Philip Hobbs. Hobbs, 458 on the year. No home runs. He has driven in a team-high 11. So pitcher against pitcher. And Welch will miss low and outside 1-0. Hobbs coming off a 3-for-3 game, a couple of doubles. He drove in 2 runs and then again got the win against the Bearcats. Clemens will lead at second base. The stretch once again by Welch. He'll check the runner again, and the pitch is on the way, swing and a miss, and he took something off that one as it went away from the hitter. And the count is even at 1-1. Get a chance, we'll check out what is a busy, busy Saturday in high school baseball. Swing and a miss, he went back to the outside, and well, I don't know if that ball has the kind of movement. I imagine it does if that's a two-seam fastball, or did he take something off? It was a changeup. That certainly fooled Hobbs once again. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch on the way. Fastball hit foul. And we'll stay at 1-2. So Hobbs back in as the runner at second is Clemens. The stretch by Welch. The late kick and the pitch, and this will be tapped to the right side. Charging is Anderson. He'll field and throw, and that'll do it for the Red Devils. But thanks to the hop in the outfield that got by Hurd, the Red Devils do get on the board here in the bottom of the first inning. And after 1 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, we're tied at 1. This is high school baseball right here at Radio Troy Digital Sports.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond, Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. It's not just about the quality work, it's also about customer service. It's about attention to details and making absolutely sure you are 100% satisfied. If that's the kind of experience you want in your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Give them a call at 966-0994.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
A reminder, today's game brought to you by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. It is Saturday, the Black Forest ham, Sunday, the meatball marinara, and then Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway. Eat fresh. We had inning number 2. It'll be Bennett, Pinkard, and Hacker all due up. Well, each pitcher giving up that lone run in the first inning. Bennett will DH here in game number 1. Bennett hitting at .273. He has driven in 7. And I would imagine now both pitchers settling down a little bit and see how Hobbs will react after giving up that run and a base hit and a walk in inning number 1. So here's Bennett. Third baseman Tyler Stanley will play in on the grass. Outfield straight away is Phillips' first pitch. Well, that had good movement back on the outside corner of the plate. No balls and a strike. You could actually see even from up here in the press box at McBride, the break. Hobbs coming back, same pitch, same location, and quickly Bennett down 0-2. Here's the wind and the pitch, low and inside. We talk about pitches. You either buy the pitch or you rent it. If you aren't comfortable with a pitch to get a strikeout, you generally will go ahead and rent a pitch and try to get him to buy into swinging at one, as this one is grounded back up the middle. Turner near the bag. Strong throw to first. There's one away. Pitchers generally will go with the pitch they feel will be more comfortable to get an out. We always talk with Steve Sakositz, who went to Xavier, was a pitcher at Xavier University as Bryce Pinkard will step to the plate, and he always talks about you don't need 5 or 6 pitches. You need about 2 or 3 and do them all well, and you don't have to worry about renting a 5th or 4th or 5th pitch. Hobbs will get the sign. Here's the pitch on the way. Popped him up down the left field line. Vance will give a long chase. So will the third baseman Tyler Stanley, and that'll fall foul. If you've ever been to McBride Stadium, and it's been around since the late 1930s, there is a ton of room down the foul lines. There was a time when, close to when I got here, that home plate was closer to the backstop, and that made the field area even bigger and even further to get a home run out of this ballpark. There's a breaking pitch hit, foul again. This ballpark has taken on a couple of different configurations over the years. But still, even when they move things in a little bit, it still is a big ballpark and a lot of room down the lines. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. This one is hit well into center field. There is Stanley there. The veteran makes the catch, and there is 2 away. There won't be much that'll get by Thomas Stanley in center field. Here's Nathan Hacker.
Up next, number 2, Nathan Hacker.
Hacker, 280 on the year.
Go, Hatcher.
So the third baseman steps in as Hobbs set to throw, and here's the pitch. Hit hard toward the shortstop. That'll be Turner. Snags that one on the line, and that'll be it for the Trojans. They'll go down 1-2-3 here in inning number 2. We head to the bottom half of inning number 2. We're tied at 1 in the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
High school baseball is brought to you this afternoon by Square Donuts of Richmond. Whether it's a delicious breakfast, afternoon treat, or a midnight snack, everyone loves the taste of Square Donuts of Richmond. Enjoy their huge cinnamon rolls or any of the other crowd favorites, including maple bacon, strawberry cheesecake, Oreo cream, pumpkin spice, and many, many more. And, of course, grab those award-winning glazed donuts, voted the #1 donut in the entire state. Proud to be your favorite donut shop, home to the best donuts in town and the only squares around. Square Donuts of Richmond. We are tied at 1 apiece. It'll be Mayer, Smith, and Vance for the Red Devils. And Logan making his first appearance this season. Getting the start in right field as Welch, the right-hander, set to go to work. He'll get the sign, the late kick. Here's the pitch, and a fastball in there for a strike. Newcastle, glad to have them back on the schedule. They'd left the North Central Conference a few years ago and still seem to be doing just fine as that pitch in there for a strike. Always been a good rivalry in all the different sports, including baseball. Here's the 0-2 pitch up high. Of course, for Logan, getting his first look at live action, it's probably going to be a little bit of a struggle here this afternoon. You haven't seen live pitching through the first 8 games. There's a breaking ball hit foul. Logan, you could tell, was certainly not only behind on the swing, but he was off balance on that swing. So we'll see how he does right here. And you're facing a pitcher like Welch, who has thrown as well as he has. Here's your 1-2. Got him, and a nice breaking pitch, and Mayer will strike out. There's out number 1. Here's Parker Smith. Parker, 276. He has driven in 3.
Parker Smith.
Third strikeout of the day now for Welch. Here's the pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss. Boy, he's, speaking of the right-hander Welch, he can get back and fire that fastball pretty good. A lot of velocity for the right-hander. Here's the 0-1. He comes back again and almost got the outside corner. That one didn't miss by much. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Welch will shake off the first sign, and now comes with the pitch, and that'll be foul-tipped and caught a piece of the home plate umpire. Ouch. That may have gotten his shoulder. I think we at least could hear it from up here. I thought maybe it caught the catcher's glove, and it might have, but it also caught a piece of the home plate umpire. Part of the dangers of being a home plate umpire, and of course the way things work to give him a chance to at least recover, the catcher going out and talk to the pitcher, and then of course we'll see Coach Turner down to talk with Parker Smith. This is all to help him out. I mean, it's just a courtesy, and he'll get a chance to shake that arm out a little bit, and now we'll be ready to go. If you've ever been hit by a foul ball, whether it even is a catcher on the mask or taking a foul ball off the arm, that thing will sting for quite a while, and you'll end up with a nice big bruise for a few days as well. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning, and Welch set to throw, and that pitch lifted high and foul. So we will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Red Devils with 2 base hits off the right-hander Welch. Here's your 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one he just overthrew a little bit, and the count will go to 2-2. What Coach Turney talk about 2 really good veteran coaches. We've got him here today. Here's the break-even pitch, and he took something off that one, and Smith will strike out. 2 away, and the 4th strikeout now by Welch. And that'll bring up Mikey Vance.
Up next, number 12, Mikey Vance.
Vance, 353, 5 runs driven in. The one thing they want him to do is cut down on the strikeouts. He has 9 strikeouts coming into this one. As Welch set to throw on the pitch, low and inside. Speaking of 2 veteran coaches that have done an excellent job, of course, Coach Turner, Sean Turner, coming in last year, and team ends up winning over 20 games. Here's the 1-0 pitch, popped up foul. He had a really good pitching staff last year, and he had to kind of come in this year and start over with that pitching staff. The innings were very low on their pitchers, but so far they've done a very good job with their staff. This is a ground ball back up the middle, and the shortstop is there. Matthews to first, and they get him. Great play by Matthews right behind the bag to make it another 1-2-3 inning. We will head to the 3rd. So far, we've seen good pitching. We've seen some pretty good defense. Don't go away. We'll come back. This is Richmond Baseball, the Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hey, this is Steve. And out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Hey Chuck, where you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for like the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
Today's game brought to you in part by Harrington Oak Insurance. At Harrington Oak, they spend every day working to make this community better, safer, and more enjoyable because their focus is on insurance, and that's it. They're on top of industry changes and are a one-stop shop for all your insurance needs, whether it's business, personal, life, or health. That's why when it comes to protecting you and what's important to you, Harrington Oak insures it. Give them a call at 962-9502 or go to their website, harringtonoak.com. Tyler Howlett will lead things off for the Trojans here in the third. Howlett, the number 9 hitter, will be seeing Hobbs for the first time, and the pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Well, we have seen both pitchers give up a run in the first inning, and then both pitchers get the order down in order. That's a swing and a miss in inning number 2, and Howlett quickly behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Howlett 300 on the year. He has driven in 4. Hobbs will get the sign. Here's the pitch on the way. Got him. That's a pretty good pitch on the outside corner. Howlett caught looking for out number 1. Again, with the pitch count the way it is in high school baseball now, getting as many outs with as few pitches as possible is a huge key. Here's Garrett Welch. He singled and scored the Trojans' lone run in that first inning. So he will see Phillip for the second time. Here's the pitch. Way outside, 1 ball, no strikes. You kind of look at Phillip Hobbs. His delivery reminds me a lot of Jordan Christian, the senior who went to Earlham and has picked up a couple of wins for the Quakers this year. Ground ball foul. But you look at Phillip, he really emulates Jordan Christian a lot, at least in that delivery. He has that high leg kick, long stride, and you probably couldn't tell the two apart if you had them both out here at the same time. Ground ball toward Turner. He will field and throw to first and get the out. There's 2 away, and unless it's a bad hop against Turner, not much is going to get by him either. Of course, he'll be playing his college baseball at IU Kokomo. So with 2 away, here's Jared Hurd. Hurd is 0 for 1. He flew out back in the first inning. The pitch by Hobbs, low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Hobbs set to throw the 1-0 pitch, bouncing in the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. Trojans have, since they got the base hit by Welch and the walk by Gillis, they have now had 6 set down in a row by Phillip Hobbs. Here's your 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Newcastle fans, I don't think like that one. It did look like it might have been a little bit high and outside against Hurd. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way. Now we know that's a strike. That was pretty much down the middle, 2-2. 2 away here in the third. As again, Hobbs sent to throw. There's that leg kick again and misses outside. He's only a sophomore, by the way. That's what is so promising for Phillip Hobbs. We saw him get some time in basketball and gave them a lift off the bench, and now proving to be a very good pitcher as he pops him up to the right side. Hall giving chase. Also, the first baseman makes the catch. Nice job by Clemens. That's some pretty good concentration, very close to the dugout. He'll make the catch in another 1-2-3 inning for Phillip Hobbs and the Red Devils as we move now to the bottom half of inning number 4 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We're tied at 1.
There is one thing for sure in my life. I know nothing about fixing cars. That's why I take my vehicles to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main in Richmond. Their experts have the knowledge to service and repair even the most challenging auto problems. So if you have an automotive question, they have the answers at Beach Automotive. 110 East Main in Richmond, or give them a call at 765-966-8181, or visit their website, beach-auto.com.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. WetzelAuto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. WetzelAuto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. WetzelAuto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. WetzelAuto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
We're back once again at McBride Stadium as we're ready to head to inning number 3, bottom half of inning number 3. I was thinking about Coach Turner as he makes his way to the third base coach's box. We're talking about the job he has done here at Richmond. He's just a baseball guy. You can tell there are coaches that in their sport, they're either a football guy, a baseball guy, but he's a baseball guy, and he's pretty much no nonsense, and he will give leeway, I know, from a standpoint of you can have a lot of fun, but we've got some baseball to play, and let's get down to winning baseball and fundamental baseball as well, and that's what you see in Coach Turner. Mason Brewer DHing. He is in a limited role this year, hit .500 with a couple of runs driven in. Of course, you look at the other side, and Brad King has been there a long time. He, too, is one of those baseball guys. Here's the pitch on the way. This will be grounded toward the shortstop, Matthews, charging and throwing one away. So, again, back to that pitch count. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the third. And that'll bring up Austin Turner. He scored after picking up a base hit in the first inning. Of course, I was talking with Austin the other day, and if you are near the dugout during a game, this young man right here has really shown true leadership, and I asked him about that. And when you're around your dad your whole life as a head coach, as that pitch is up high, I think you end up picking up some of those tendencies, and he's almost like an assistant coach for this baseball team. Here's the 1-0, up high, 2 balls, no strikes. I mean, he, too, likes to have a lot of fun, but they want to win baseball games, and that's what Coach Turner has instilled in this program. That one's fouled away. 2 balls and a strike. Austin, now I'm really not even just talking about baseball itself. I'm talking about the ability to get your guys to clean up or get things straight in the dugout, whatever it may be. He's doing it. This one hit well back up the middle. Another base hit by Turner. So Austin now 2 for 2 on the day. And that'll bring up Darius Clemens.
Next up, number 15, Darius Clemens.
Well, Turner with 3 hits against Muncie Central, 2 here today. And it's no wonder that his batting average continues to climb way above 400. So Clemens doubled. Of course, that was the ball that was hit into center field that ended up getting by in that bad hop with Hurd out there. There's a check swing. And Clemens behind, no balls and a strike. You could almost feel the reaction of Hurd when that ball hit that patch of whatever it was and bounced away from him. You could kind of feel his body language, like, what in the world was that? Here's the pitch on the way. This will be hit back to the pitcher, Welch. He'll turn, get it to Matthews. 1 out there. The throw to first not in time, so they'll get the out at second base on Turner. Score that 1-6 for out number 2. Clemens on with the fielder's choice. So with 2 away, here's Thomas Stanley, a strikeout victim in the first inning. The stretch again by Welch, and the pitch hit foul. Red Devils are probably like the Trojans. I'm not sure how they were from a weather standpoint in the early portion of their season, but the Red Devils had all kinds of issues here. Here's the 0-1 as it's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, and of course the light pole that had come down from the third base side, that caused some delays in getting this ballpark ready to go. And a chance even to practice. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way, grounded toward the third baseman, Hacker. He will throw to first, and a close play, and it was a bang-bang play. And I'll tell you what, Thomas Stanley thought he had it beat, but the umpire said nope. But again, that's one of your closer plays so far of game number 1. We will head to the top of the 4th inning in the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We're tied at 1.
For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power and Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power and Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power and Light. Together, we make powerful partners.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
Summit Computers in Richmond is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware, service, support, and design services. They also provide web hosting, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and much, much more. Summit Computers, the official provider of RadioTroy.com.
We are back once again here at McBride Stadium as we head to the 4th inning. It'll be Matthews, Gillis, and Anderson. Tied at 1 apiece. We just learned that Caleb Matthews will be going to IU Kokomo. He'll be a teammate of Richmond shortstop Austin Turner. We also learned that Jared Hurd will be going to IU Kokomo as well. So 3 players, a chance it'll get to go to Kokomo next year. Here's the pitch on the way, bouncing in the dirt, 1-0. And then, of course, Garrett Welch, we were informed a couple of moments ago as well that he will be going to Southern Indiana to play college baseball. So we're blessed to see 4 college players here this afternoon. Hobbs will get the sign from Hall. The pitch on the way, hit well into left field. This could be extra bases. Vance will run it down on the warning track as Matthews will trot into second base with a double. And the Trojans have a man on here in the 4th inning. That's a ball that was pretty well hit. And that'll bring up Mason Gillis.
Next, number 18, Mason Gillis.
Gillis, he walked his first time up. Well, you can see why Welch would be recruited. You can also get a pretty good idea there with Matthews, the way he hit the baseball. And, of course, Hurd, he's put up some strong numbers this year as that pitch coming inside. Did it hit him? It did. Well, it just grazed his uniform, and that'll be a hit batsman. So now the Trojans have runners at first and second, and that'll bring up Jansen Anderson. Anderson grounded at his first time up. We will see now Coach Turner make his way out to talk with Philip Hobbs. And, well, you look at that now and you think about with Welch, Hurd, and Matthews both, or in fact all 3 collegiate players, and Philip Hobbs just a sophomore in high school, it gives you a little more perspective that these guys that he's facing today is a very, very solid lineup at the top of that Newcastle order. Generally, well, Welch, Hurd, Matthews, Gillis, pretty good hitters, and then the Trojans kind of dropped down a little bit from a hitting standpoint from there, but the top of the order is very strong. Matthews is down at second base right now, and, of course, having at least getting an opportunity to talk to a future teammate and Austin Turner. Now, one thing about Coach Turner, too, he doesn't get worked up a whole lot. I mean, I think it takes a lot to get him going. He's very matter of fact. I don't think he's going to blow some smoke up you know what just to get you going. He's going to tell you what he thinks and then get out of the way and expect you to do it. Third baseman Tyler Stanley coming in. Here's the pitch on the way. It's a called strike. Now, I would imagine that talk is Just throw strikes. We've got a good defense behind you. The Red Devils haven't committed a whole lot of errors this year. The stretch by Hobbs and the pitch on the way is low for a ball. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Trojans trying to take the lead here in the 4th inning. Hobbs again will come set as he checks the runner at second, and the pitch. Boy, he laid off that one. Anderson wanted to take a cut. It's in there for a strike. It's 1-2, and Anderson changed his mind at the last second. Matthews at second base, Gillis at first. The stretch and the pitch. Popped him up. This could be a big out right here. The second baseman, Smith, will squeeze it. It ends up being an infield fly, and that will be out number 1.
Come on now, DB. Get one here, baby. Yeah, come on.
So here's David Bennett. That's a big out right there for Philip Hobbs.
Next, number 20, David Bennett.
Bennett 0 for 1. He grounded out in the 2nd inning. Well, you get that one, and now you hope that you can coax a ground ball and maybe a double play to get out of the inning. As Hobbs will come set, checks the runner. Runner at second will take off. The swing and the miss, and the ball was in the dirt. It did not hit the bat. So you're looking at a double steal right there for the Trojans. And I'll tell you what might have helped the cause of that double steal is David Bennett. It was a bad pitch, but Bennett, he was going to protect his base runners, and Hall was unable to make a throw, so now the infield is in. The pitch on the way, popped him up. Hall looking for room as he gets past the umpire, and Hall, will he make the catch? Yes. Good job by Hall. And that's another huge out for Richmond here in the 4th inning. That is the benefit of playing in this ballpark, is you have a lot of room to work with. And once Hall was able to get rid of the mask and the helmet and locate the baseball and also get past the umpire, he was in pretty good shape. So nice play by Hall. Here is Pinkard. He's 0 for 1. Now the infield can go back with 2 outs. And the pitch on the way is inside 1-0. Trojans have the go-ahead run down to third. That is Matthews. The stretch again by Hobbs. And the pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Good pitch that time by Hobbs. Count is even at 1-1. Hobbs gets the sign, the pitch on the way, and boy, you could tell he took something off that one. You could tell by the delivery that it was not going to be a fastball, 1-2, and that's something that Hobbs will have to work on, is make that pitch look like a fastball with the same arm action that you would with a fastball. Put a little different pressure on the baseball. There's a foul ball. Coach Saka sits again at Earlham, talks a lot about how you apply pressure with your fingers on what pitch you want to throw, and you just got to work at it, work at it, and work at it. You're going to throw the baseball a lot to make it where you feel comfortable throwing it. This one is hit well into right field, but right at the right fielder, Mayer, he'll make the catch, and that'll do it for the Trojans. Here in the 4th inning, they'll leave 2 runners on in scoring position. We will head to the bottom half of inning number 4 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We're tied at 1.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Into the bottom of the fourth inning, it'll be Tyler Stanley, Philip Hobbs, and Logan Mayer. After that opening inning of play, the runs now are at a premium as this game gets shorter and shorter. Who will crack first? Trojans got runners at second and third, failed to get them across. Here is Tyler Stanley, who struck out back in the first inning. So he's 0 for 1 here in game one of our doubleheader. Here's the pitch on the way. That one bounced in the dirt as Welch falls behind a 1 ball and no strikes. Well, so far in game one, it is everything that we have expected it to be in a pitcher's duel. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Caught the outside corner. We mentioned a busy day today in high school baseball and got a lot of things going on. We'll check that schedule here in just a couple of moments. Here's the pitch. Grounded toward the shortstop. Third baseman Hacker tried to get to it, and that will go between his legs into left field. I think that might be scored a base hit simply because the way that it was hit, it wasn't hit very hard, and you had the third baseman Hacker coming over in front of Matthews, and I'm not sure even if either one of them would have gotten to it, they would have been able to get Tyler Stanley down at first base. That ball was just hit too slow and on that infield grass. It didn't have a whole lot of velocity on it. Here is Philip Hobbs. So the Red Devils have a man on here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The pitch by Welch. The snap throw to first, and the tag laid on, and they got Tyler Stanley. Hallett with that snap throw to first, and there's out number 1. Boy, you lose a base runner here in the first inning. Now the question is, was the ability to get either a base hit or put the bunt on and get the bunt down and try to get it into place, you could get a runner to second base. That was the key, and so maybe somebody missed a sign. Here's the pitch, and that's hit foul, and that goes off the foot of Philip Hobbs. Well, the Red Devils, a costly mistake. I was trying to listen to Coach Turner down to third. I know he's not happy at all about whatever transpired, either a missed sign by the base runner, missed sign by the hitter. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Now to Hobbs. Welch with the pitch. Hit foul.
That'll let it work, G.
So we go 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Come get him, G.
That's a huge out as well. The pitch. Got him looking. Well, I'm not sure where Phillips was looking for that pitch to be, but that's 2 away. Got to be up there swinging the bat at this stage of the game. You need some base runners, and now 2 away, and here's Logan Mayer. Logan, a strikeout victim in the second inning. Has now 5 strikeouts by Welch. The pitch inside 1-0. Welch gets the sign, and here's the pitch. Blew that one by him, ready to get a piece of it. Yep, just a piece of it, so that'll be a foul ball. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, now comes down to, as we will get close to that 5th inning, you're down to the last couple of innings. Who will, again, crack first? Who can take advantage of mistakes? That one is hit foul. Who will take advantage of opportunities in a close game like this? 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch on the way, hit foul. We mentioned Logan seeing live pitching for the first time this year after missing the first 8 games. That's a pretty tough assignment coming in against Welch in your first game. The 1-2 delivery on the way is up high. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the break-even pitch, hit down the line, and that will go foul. And we'll stay at 2-2. I just heard Coach Turner to tell Mayer, don't wear yourself out, get back in there and hit. So he's walking around too much. Yeah, when it foul as well. Good cut again by Logan. Well, Logan didn't take his advice. He walked back out of the batter's box again. So apparently he likes to take a lot of walks while he's hitting. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mayer. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch. Ground ball toward the shortstop, Matthews. Throw to first is a close play at first, but in time, and there is 3 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We head to inning number 5 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We're tied at 1. This is Richmond Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hi, this is Troy Arangowski of Radio Troy Digital Sports. There are plenty of places for me to get lunch or dinner, but there's only one Mancino's. In fact, I was just there for lunch the other day and had a delicious pizza grinder. That's just one of many choices I can get at Mancino's. How about a fresh salad? Several varieties of pasta, Mancino's Lights, or perhaps even an oven-baked spaghetti, or maybe a pepperoni pizza. So when you're looking for a great lunch or dinner, make sure you choose Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. It takes a lot of pieces working together to run a successful business in today's world. One big piece is your connectivity, powered by your internet. For local businesses in Richmond, you have options for who provides your internet. When deciding who to go with, you need to look at Parallax Systems, fiber optic packaging for your benefit. Speed, reliability, and local service, you get it all with Parallax Systems, a division of RP&L. Visit online at parallax.ws or call 962-3770.
Head to the 5th inning. It'll be Hacker, Howlett, and Welch all due up for the Trojans, tied at 1. First game of 2. About 30 minutes between the 2 games, and we'll try to keep you updated on social media at Radio Troy on our Twitter account on how soon we'll be starting game number 2. Hacker lined at his first time up.
You got it, too. You got it.
So now Phillips set to throw. The pitch on the way. And that one bouncing in the dirt. 1-0. Outfield straight away. The pitch. Low and outside, 2-0. Crowd enjoying a day of sunshine. We'll see that temperature, as we mentioned, get around 80 today. Breaking pitch called strike.
That's a ball, too.
2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and that caught the outside corner. So the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's your break-even pitch. Popped him up. That'll go foul.
Your hands up, Hack. You got it, babe.
You mentioned a busy day in baseball. Northeastern is at Wapahani today. Hagerstown at Monroe Central. Centerville's home against Jay County. Seton will play here later today against Rising Sun. Here's the pitch on the way. Back up the middle, base hit. So Hacker takes it back where it came from, and that'll bring up Howlett. Pretty good piece of hitting right there by Hacker. Other games today around the area. Tri is at Lincoln. Union County is at Tri-County North. Winchester at Union City. And Tri-Village is at Randolph Southern. There's a lot of softball going on today. We'll check that schedule for you in a moment. Howlett struck out looking back in the 3rd inning. Third baseman Stanley coming in. And the pitch right around the chin that time of Howlett. That'll back him off. 1 ball and no strikes. And you look at a situation now. This is a pretty important situation. You got Hacker down at first. You want to get him in a scoring position. So Howlett going to get that bunt down right here. The pitch, and he bunts it foul. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, always the situation is, and everybody thinks this is an easy thing to do as a hitter. you got to, first off, if you're going to bunt the baseball, it's got to be in a pretty good position to do so, and you got to get your bat in position as well, moving it up and down in strike zone, and sometimes it's not the pitch you want. So then you got to decide whether you come back and pull off on it. Here's the pitch, and this time a nice bunt. Howlett does his job. Throw to first, and did he pull him off? No.
Come on, Jared!
Well, you hear the Newcastle fans, they thought that the foot was pulled off down at first base on the throw by Hobbs, and now he will ask the home plate umpire. And this could be a big call. Nope, they're going to say he is safe. So that'll be a throwing error on the pitcher, Philip Hobbs, and the Trojans will have runners at first and second. Now, the best thing for that to do is just exactly what they did right there. Home plate umpire has a pretty good look if the foot came off, and they did exactly what they should do as a two-man umpiring crew. Now, here's Garrett Welch. Runners again at first and second. The pitch on the way, hit hard, gets by the third baseman, Tyler Stanley, into left field. Rounding third will be Hacker. They're going to send him to the plate. The relay gets by the catcher Hall and by the backup man Hobbs, and the runners will advance, and the Trojans now lead this one 2-1. Welch delivering his second base hit of the day as he will pick up a run driven in on that base hit. And then the runners will advance to second and third on the throwing error by the third baseman, Thomas Stanley. So now the Red Devils have 2 errors in the inning, as we will see Jared Hurd step to the plate. And still no outs now here in the 5th inning. Infield is in. The stretch again by Hobbs, and the pitch on the way is low and outside for a ball. Well, we were talking moments ago who was going to break first, and it's been the Red Devils. 2 errors in the inning. The stretch again by Hobbs. The left-hander steps in. The pitch on the way, hit well into right field. That's going to be extra bases. 1 run will score. Well, I say extra bases, but it'll be just 2 runs as they'll cut it off. And so Jared Hurd with a base hit into right field. He'll get credit for the base hit, the 2 runs scored. And the Red Devils down in this one now 4-1. Hurd made the turn at first base, thought he was heading to second. He held up there as the Red Devils ended up throwing behind the base runners. And now Coach Turner will make his way out to the pitcher's mound once again. 3 runs in the inning now for the Trojans. And what's nice about it, if you're a Trojan fan, they got the bottom of the order. And again, that's been an area where they haven't had the key base hits so far this season. The top of the order has been the area where they've gotten the key hits and the guys who are really stroking the baseball well, but it was Hacker and Howlett at the bottom of the order, able to get on base. And so now Coach Turner, a long talk with his sophomore Hobbs. The bullpen, again, there's no bullpens now. They're hopefully going to get that rectified here pretty soon. So the only bullpen that is available is way behind the third base dugout over in the corner. So I can't tell if anybody's down there or not, as we will see Caleb Matthews step to the plate. Still with no outs here in the 5th inning. 3 runs across now for the Trojans. Matthews doubled his last time up. He is 1 for 2, and another dangerous at bat here for Philip Hobbs. The stretch and the throw to first, not in time. Trojans, we mentioned, coming into this one with 18 stolen bases. So Newcastle has broken this thing open here in the 5th inning. A good cut in it. Matthews fouls it away. We were talking a little bit ago, too, about the pitch count for Hobbs. Of course, he had pretty much sailed through 4. He gave up the early run to the Trojans in the 1st inning, had a pretty strong 2nd and 3rd inning, and they gave up a double in that 4th as he throws to first again. And he ended up hitting Gillis, but again, he got the next 3 outs, so that was huge. He didn't throw a whole lot of pitches, but at some point, if they need to use him in game 2, they're going to have to decide whether they're going to keep him around here in game number 1. The stretch again by Hobbs. The pitch inside. The throw down to second. Tag laid on and a stolen base by Hurd. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Matthews. So now the Trojans again with a runner in scoring position.
Back on the pond there, Wiggles.
Well, Hobbs is still in pretty good shape. Just, again, the tough part about this at this point, no outs. He's got to get an out here pretty quick. The stretch and the pitch. Hit foul. And, boy, Matthews holding back on that breaking pitch as long as he could as he fights it off. And the count now 1-2. Well, this inning really kept alive when Howlett laid down that bunt, and it was a really good bunt right in front of the plate. And it was a close call at first, and the home plate umpire overturned the out call because Clemens pulled his foot off the bag. Things kept going right there for the Trojans. Here's the pitch, and it's low for a ball. And we're at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Richmond Invitational going on today in softball down at the Richmond High School softball diamond. That one hit well down the line, but foul. Boy, Matthews definitely would have had a double. Vance got on his horse pretty quick in left field, but that still would not have stopped at least the double. I don't know if Hurd would have scored from second, but I would imagine you're up 4-1 at this point. Test the arm of your left fielder. The Red Devils, their last time on the relay, committed the error. The pitch by Hobbs on the way, hit foul. He's all on top of that one, and Matthews ahead again in that swing. Quick bat across the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, sometimes hitters, you get up there and you see that pitch right across the plate. If the pitcher makes a mistake and you get those wide eyes, and sometimes you get too anxious instead of holding back just maybe a split second longer. Get that bat head out across the plate a little bit too quickly. The stretch again by Hobbs. He'll check the runner at second base. Here's the pitch on the way. Popped him up. Right center field. Mayer going over. Stanley going over. The ball is caught by Stanley. The runner at second will tag. Hurd will go on to third. And there are 2 away now. Take that back 1 away here in the inning, and now the Trojans have a runner at third base.
Up next, number 18, Mason Gillis.
Here's Mason Gillis. Well, Gillis, an opportunity right here. Get a fly ball. Try to get it to the right side. The infield is in. If you can get it to the right side in the air, you're probably going to score a run right here. The stretch by Hobbs and the breaking pitch in there for a strike. With the infield in, too, the percentages will go up if the ball is hit on the ground that it's going to get through because those infielders are playing in at the edge of the grass. That one hits him. Now, the only problem I have with that is that Gillis really didn't try to get out of the way. Now, in college baseball, what we have seen, at least at the Division III level, is you really have to make a concerted effort to get out of the way. We've seen that many times at Earlham so far this season, and if you don't make some kind of movement, they will not let you take first base. And that time we didn't see Gillis do that, but the home plate umpire, in using his discretion, decided to let him go down to first, and we have a pitching change now for the Red Devils. Turner making his second trip out. Phillip Hobbs is done for the day. Very good through 4, but running into trouble here in the 5th inning. We'll tell you about the new pitcher coming up in just a moment on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Trojans on top of this one, 4-1.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So, of course, I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
The Sports Game Changer is now in Richmond. This is Troy Darengowski. If you want sports coverage you can count on, look to RadioTroy.com. We'll have everything from the Red Devils to the Pacers and Colts, and don't forget IU and Purdue. Also check out our play-by-play coverage of high school and college athletics and the daily sports page. We are the Game Changer. Radio Troy Digital Sports and RadioTroy.com.
Well, Bryce Brown will take over for the Red Devils. Before we talk about Bryce, I want to remind you today's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he will donate 10% of what he makes on that transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues to mention this offer when we're listening with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-3400. Bryce Brown, 1-1 on the year, an ERA of 4.38. 3 strikeouts and 6 walks so far for the Red Devils in this young season. Mention real quick, let me get to the other softball matchups going on today. We mentioned the Richmond Invitational is going on. Hagerstown is a part of that. Northeastern playing up at the Leo tournament. They play Elkhart today. Franklin County home against Union County. Boy, I tell you, the Patriots, their softball team number 2 in the state in 2A. Seton is on the road today at Bethesda Christian. Winchester's at Monroe Central. Bluffton at Union City, and Tri-Village is at Randolph Southern. In golf today, too, the Bo Van Pelt Justin Cross Invitational is going on this afternoon. So a lot of high school, college, and, of course, the NBA playoffs get underway today as well. Jansen Anderson is 0 for 2, so Bryce Brown steps in his first pitch in the dirt. That'll be a wild pitch as Gillis will advance on to second base. So now the Trojans have runners at second and third. And the count 1 ball, no strikes. Anderson back in, the infield in as well. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. That'll even the count at 1-1. Trojans really trying to break this thing wide open here in the 5th inning. The pitch. That's chopped foul. I would imagine that if you're the Trojans, and especially if you're their starting pitcher, Garrett Welch, you're going to feel pretty good coming out of this inning, at least even with at the worst, a 3-run lead. That pitch is outside. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brown gets the sign. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and he gets Anderson with an off-speed pitch. And there's 2 away, and that'll bring up David Bennett. Well, you can look at the other side. Trojans, I don't think they want to leave runners at second and third. They did that in the 4th inning. I want to do it again here in the 5th as that pitch low and inside. This is now the 8th hitter to hit for the Trojans in the inning. Red Devil outfield will stay straight away for the right-handed hitting David Bennett. Popped him up. The catcher, Hall. And Hall is there to make the catch, and that'll do it. So Brown comes in and does his job as he will get the Red Devils out of more trouble here in the top of the 5th inning. But the Trojans end up picking up 3 runs. And on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, it's Newcastle 4, Richmond 1. This is Red Devils Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hey, this is Steve. And out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond, Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. It's not just about the quality work, It's also about customer service. It's about attention to details and making absolutely sure you are 100% satisfied. If that's the kind of experience you want in your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Give them a call at 966-0994.
Well, this Red Devil offense, they have some work to do as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's Smith, Vance, and Brewer. Parker 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second inning. Game 1 of 2, as we mentioned, the second game around 30 minutes following the completion of Game 1. And right now, the right-hander for the Trojans, Welch, doing a very good job, and he's got a 3-run cushion now to work with. That one's popped up foul. And the count, no balls and a strike. Pitchers have a tendency to certainly relax a little bit more when you have a lead, especially even if it's just 3 runs. You have a tendency maybe to gamble a little bit more, take a few more chances. Bunted a little bit too hard is coming off the mound is Welch, and he'll throw on to first. There's one away. And that'll bring up Mikey Vance. Vance grounded out back in the second inning. Even a psychological standpoint, you get that lead, you just kind of feel that the pressure's off a little bit more. Pitch by Welch, called strike. And I think you just have a tendency to relax. You don't grip that baseball quite as hard on the fastball. You feel more confident throwing a breaking pitch at perhaps a time where normally you may not. Here's the 0-1, and you saw a little bit of juice on that fastball. No balls and 2 strikes.